Hello everyone and welcome to another video review. I'm Rodney Reynolds from FreeGameMan.com, and today I am looking at the BitFenix Comrade Case. The case box really isn't very exciting. They have their name on the front, plus the website on this side, some specs, and on the back, pictures and features. And on the inside, the case is in a plastic bag and styrofoam on either side. Now this is a mid-tower case and it comes in two different colors, white and black. And by the way, the white model is white on the outside as well as on the inside, and the black model is black on the outside as well as being black on the inside. It's mainly comprised of steel, but it has this plastic front bezel, and it measures in at 185 by 428.55 by 470.5 millimeters. This is a really sharp, clean looking case. There's nothing on any of the panels. The top panel, the right panel, and the left panel, they are all plain. At the front, they have three 5¼ drive bays. Here's their logo. On the right side of the front panel are two quality buttons. Here's the power button and the reset button. Two LEDs, one is for power and the other hard drive activity. Two audio jacks, one is for the microphone and the other the headphones. And you've got two USB ports. One is a USB 2 port and the other a USB 3 port. The front panel can be very easily removed by pulling at the bottom. This reveals a place to install up to two optional 120mm fans, and thankfully they include a removable fan filter. So just take it off like so, clean it, and put it back into place. At the back, at the very top, are two rubber ground-mounted holes. These are for routing cables and or water cooling tubes through. Here's where the motherboard's I/O shield plate gets installed. They include one 120mm exhaust fan. There are 7 expansion slots, and they have an expansion slot cover here. That's just to cover up all of those screws and whatnot, just to clean things up. At the bottom, you can install a standard ATX power supply, and there are 4 thumb screws, 2 on each side panel. Inside of the case, they include a quick installation guide as well as an expansion slot bracket, screws, and plastic cable ties. Now this case fits mini ITX, micro ATX, and standard ATX form factor motherboards, and since this is a budget case, of course you wouldn't expect the motherboard tray to be removable, but on it they have a large hole, and this is for the cooler's retention plate, plus lots of holes, and these are for organizing the cables behind the motherboard tray. And there is a fair amount of space behind the motherboard tray and the right side panel to do that. As I mentioned before, there are 3 5¼ drive bays, and these actually have a toolless design. Plus, you can install up to 6 2.5-inch drives or up to 3 3.5-inch drives. Note though that these drive cages are not removable. To install a 2.5-inch drive in the top cage, just simply pinch on either side of the plastic tray, use the included screws, and slide it back into place. Now, it's a little bit of a different procedure here for installing the 3.5-inch drives. Same thing, pinch on either side to pull it out, but the tray itself actually expands. Install the 3.5-inch drive and then push it back together and slide it into place. Remember, you can also install 2.5-inch drives on these trays as well. There are 4 rubber rests for the power supply to lodge on, but they don't include any pieces of rubber, which would have been nice to cut down on the vibrations. This case is capable of fitting video cards that are up to 30 centimeters in length, power supplies that are up to approximately 27 centimeters in length, and coolers that are approximately 150 to 155 millimeters in height. With the right side panel removed, have a look behind the motherboard tray. Again, there is a fair amount of space behind the motherboard tray and the right side panel, approximately 8 millimeters. At the bottom are 4 plastic feet, and these are rather tall, which is good if you're putting the case on a soft surface like carpet, because it will keep it up a distance. So the bottom fan, which would be the power supply's intake fan, can pull in lots of cool air, and they do include a removable dust filter for that. To recap, they include one 120mm fan, and that one is at the back exhausting air, but you can install up to 2 optional 120mm fans at the front, and I would recommend at least installing 1. Finally, have a listen to the stock cooling. So if you're looking for an affordable case that has basic features and great looks, this would certainly be it. I mean, it has everything really you should be looking for in a mid-tower case, but nothing that really jumps out. It's kind of like a lot of other mid-sized tower cases that are currently on the market. However, this is still a great product. Until next time, take care.